back to the channel of Provenza Vids, and this is a video based on the 2023 season upcoming ahead, and basically some sort of predictions or some sort of, I guess, idea on what maybe could occur next year, and basically who will have the underdog tag in 2023. So it's basically going to be a little sort of thoughts video, a little bit of an opinion video, and some clubs that might have that sort of tag on them, and also just in general, I guess, teams that could, create a headline in 2023 that failed in 2022, So, I mean, every year there's an underdog side that you don't expect to do too well. So, and obviously when they're unexpected to do anything great, they usually come up and do really, really good and become contenders somehow, It's one of those funny things, that because it happened this year with the Cowboys, happened this year with the Broncos, even though they missed the 8 and stuff. So, so it can definitely happen again next year, no doubt. But before I do get into the video furthermore, just want to say that if you are watching the channel and you haven't subscribed already, please make sure to do so. Literally only 7 subs away from 2,800 subscribers, so my goal is to get to 2,800 subscribers by at least early next week, so probably next Monday. That's the goal. So if yeah, it would be greatly appreciated if you can subscribe to the channel, and yeah, benefits it furthermore, I guess, with my goal of getting to 2,800, and yeah, means a lot to me and the channel as well. So thought I might just say that quickly. But yeah, look, basically it's a video about who will have the underdog tag in 2023, who will create a headline and shock the NRL world, I suppose you can put it as, etc. So basically that's what the video is going to be about. So yeah, a couple for me. I've got a good couple of underdog sort of tags that some clubs could be associated to, or some sort of coaches or players that may come under that as well. I guess I'll start off by saying that the very first one I've got is that the Bulldogs will become contenders in 2023. Look, I think that's a very bold one because, how everyone's saying that they'll make the top 8, right? Well, does anyone expect them to go to the extent of being a premiership contender? Not really, no, because I think people would think that they'd at least be another sort of couple of years away from that. But I think they personally are, like, especially if they, explode next year, because I feel like with Reid Marnie being there, Kikau and Burden and Adokar having another year together, another year together, getting their combinations up and going yet again. And especially with, I guess Cameron Serrato and Mick Potter both there together, I think that's a good combination, as Mick Potter, got the best out of the Dogs last year, made him play a lot more better attacking footy. I think with Serrato, he's been rated very highly. I know it's a bit of a risk, but they wouldn't have signed him for a 5-year deal without any good reason. So I think that they will come as contenders in 2023. I do think well, look, I'm not going to give my lab prediction yet because that's a big giveaway if I do, but I do think they'll be contenders next year. I just have a feeling that, next year they'll have this breakout year. They've bought enough, and I think with buying all these players, eventually it's going to come together and probably benefit and make the club a powerhouse again, you know what I mean? So it may not happen straight away, but over time I think it's going to make them a lot better of a club. I guess the only concern I do hold for the Bulldogs though is Jacob really the fullback going forward. I know he had a great year this year at fullback, but just in terms of really continuing that form in 2023, I guess with Kyle Flanagan, if he's really the real answer going forward, because there's so much uncertainty around Flanagan, and I don't know if that's I don't know if it's just based on him as a player. I don't know if that's because they have other ideas. I'm not sure, but it's a very tough one with the Bulldogs, and Flanagan, their whole situation there, because I think Flanagan's a good player and a good kid. So don't know what's to happen there, but yeah, look, it's gonna be really interesting to see what happens. But look, no, I think they're in for they're in for a breakout year, the Bulldogs. I really do think they'll have a breakout year and shock a lot of people and become contenders, in my opinion. Another one is that I think that Kieran Foran and Sam Verrills are going to be 2 players that will make the Titans a way more competitive club. I do think that they are going to be the difference for Titans in a few games. I know that Titans overall don't have the best team, and I think they could definitely improve on a few things, but I think when you have Kieran Foran there, who has dramatically changed his career and has improved himself as a player, I think that goes to show that he's got himself 100% fit again. He's definitely come back a more mentally tougher, and I think just a better player in general, and I think that's going to be good for the Titans, having a real real leader and a bit like a real sort of halve in form, because I don't think Titans have had really any good halves since Jamal Fogarty, really, since he left the club. So I think with Foz, he's going to provide a lot for Titans, and I think, you know, look, I'd rather him play 5'8", because I think he's a better 6 and a half-back, always leading all the time. But look, I think he's going to be a leader type anyway, so I guess he'll probably be a half-back most likely, with Brimson at 5'8" and Campbell at fullback. Now, I don't think they're going to be like a top 8 team just yet, but they're definitely going to be around the top 8, I reckon. I think they'll definitely be close around there, I think. I don't think they're going to go as bad as what people do reckon they could go, but that's just in my opinion. I think they'll go pretty well, I think. And as for Verrills, I think Sam Verrills is someone that, you know, has had some grand final experience now with the Roosters in 2019. Had a great year then. And I think also just with Verrills, he's just such a quality hooker. I think that's what Titans have missed for a very long time, as a quality hooker. So I think he provides that sort of class, and I think that's what Titans will benefit with Ford and Verrills being there, in my opinion. I guess one more as the lucky last, I'll probably put up as. Now, this wasn't in the thumbnail because you probably all thought that this one would be another one that I put in the thumbnail, as I already did the Bulldogs and the Titans, but this one's a different one. It's based on a player this time, not just the club, a player. And I believe that Reece Walsh, the new signing for the Broncos, will heavily benefit the Broncos and make them a much more better team in 2023. I just think that, you know, Reece Walsh combining with Ezra Mann and Adam Reynolds is a scary thing to think. Don't know who the dummy half will be, but I think it might be Corey Pakes. But they've also got that young Blake and Weezer, who's apparently really good. So I guess we'll see what they do there. And Billy Walters, but I don't know. I guess the hooker situation is a bit tough, actually. But I think in general, just with Reece Walsh playing with guys like Payne Haas and Carrigan, Flegler, Ricky, if he improves his defence, I think that that's a very good sort of crop he's got to play around, Reece Walsh. I know the Warriors had a pretty talented team to play around as well, because Warriors have a decent team, but I guess with Broncos, I'll rate them just a bit above them. I think with some of the players they have, like Adam Reynolds and Mam and Cobbo and, you know, all these other players are just so talented, Corey Oates as well. So I think Reece Walsh might find his best footing under those guys. I just think that Reece Walsh will, you know, I know everyone's doubting him. I know everyone's going to say that Reece Walsh is too inconsistent. His defence is shocking. Gets caught out too much. His attack's inconsistent, which is true. But I just think that, you know, in 2023, it's a year that he'll probably shock everyone and come close to being a top 5 fullback, in my opinion. That's one of the not so much. Oh yeah, it's a bit of a bold call, I guess, but just a bit of a underdog prediction. Like, it definitely could be one of the underdog stories of the year. Reece Walsh's return to Brisbane puts him as a top 5 fullback, for example. That's what I'm thinking of so far. So I guess we'll see what happens, but time will tell. But everyone, thanks for watching the video. Let me know in the comment section down below, what is your underdog story for 2023? Like an early prediction on what you think the underdog story will be for 2023. Like, it can be based on the club improving out of sight that no one expected to improve. It can be based on any topic in general in the NRL, like a in general NRL topic, or it can be based on a player that, you know, has maybe changed clubs, or maybe has swapped positions, for example, and has gone and might go better, and no one's expecting it to happen. Like, let me know in the comment section down below and what your underdog sort of tag or story is. But everyone, thanks for watching the video. Like, comment, and subscribe, and see you in the next one.